When a child believes they have received a divine purpose, an earthly father often looks for a way to support it. In this case, the response was immediate. A man of wisdom and love responding to the call by building something tangible. This is the result of that effort. A professional darkroom complete with an enlarger, developing trays, and specialized lighting. It was designed as a sanctuary of creativity, where mental images could be brought to life. The father built this with his own hands. It served as a physical testament to his belief in his child's potential, and a clear sign of his affection. Yet, even within this supportive space, a sense of unease remained. The child felt a persistent disconnect, a feeling of not belonging that lingered despite the blessings around them. This feeling was most visible in social settings, like the one pictured here. While surrounded by peers and other fathers, the child felt like a puzzle piece forced into the wrong picture. Acceptance and love seemed just out of reach. A meticulously crafted external world cannot, by itself, fix a void within the spirit. The environment was secure, but the internal connection was missing. Over time, the internal search for affection became more urgent. This void created a specific kind of desperation in the child's search for belonging. This yearning acted as a beacon. It drew them toward people and places outside the safety of their home, seeking a warmth they couldn't feel within their own sanctuary. The consequences were heavy. Older individuals recognized this vulnerability and took advantage of it, leading to a path of exploitation that left lasting scars. The presence of genuine love at home proved ineffective as a shield against this external harm. The child was essentially looking for a light they were unable to see in their own house. It took decades for the child to reach a point of maturity where they could analyze these early experiences with clarity. The research eventually pointed toward a specific root cause: childhood emotional abuse. This form of trauma targets the crucial developmental years, fundamentally altering the way an individual perceives themselves and the entire world. It creates a baseline of insecurity that is difficult to shake. The author describes this as a tapestry of doubt. It acts as a filter, distorting incoming information, so that even positive experiences are viewed with intense suspicion or unworthiness. This is the reality of the disrupted brain, a physical and psychological state where the ability to process love is compromised. Trauma establishes a persistent feeling of unworthiness, the brain's default setting. Incoming signals of affection are quickly blocked or distorted. The brain struggles to recognize genuine love. This lack of felt love reinforces the trauma, locking the individual into a self-contained loop of isolation. This explains the darkroom paradox. The red safety light pictured here was meant to protect film, but for a child with a disrupted brain, the room felt like an isolated, shadowed space. Their neurological state prevented them from processing the gift as evidence of love. The father's efforts reached the limit of what physical provision could achieve. The ultimate barrier was not a lack of love, but rather the child's deeply traumatized brain being completely unable to receive it. Understanding the problem shifted the focus from suffering to healing. It began a long journey of self-discovery and recovery. This involved dissecting the threads of old pain. The work was slow, requiring the person to face their emotions and replace those old patterns with self-compassion. This internal work requires sitting with painful memories, supported by the presence of loved ones and the grace of the divine. By combining psychological insight with faith, the individual began to move out of the shadows. They started to reclaim their sense of worth. Healing the internal damage changed how the author viewed their place in the universe. They moved from a state of disconnection to one of gratitude. The darkroom from their childhood took on a new meaning. It was seen as a reflection, a physical echo of a much larger divine affection. The realization was simple. In the eyes of the divine, they were never truly alone. They were always seen and cherished, even when they couldn't feel it. This perspective provided a new purpose. The scars of the past became tools to help others who feel lost or unloved. Brokenness can be the condition that allows the light of the divine to be most visible. Through trials, the strength within is uncovered, leading to a sense of true belonging.